Steve C., founder of Great Deals, the leading e-commerce enabler in the Philippines.
Great Deals topping that list, and joining us this morning is the guy who put the Philippines back on the map, Great Deals founder Steve C.
The king of e-commerce in the Philippines, Mr. Steve C. of Great Deals.
What made Steve become this Steve that you are right now, sitting with me?
In terms of mindset, I would say, ano talaga ako, ugali ko na, always trying to look at the better things, on the positive side.
Right.
No. But I do get depressed. Ang mas mabigat was the longevity ng utang ko. Kasi it took me 12 years to pay it off. I got depressed a lot. First 2 years, laban, sige, lahat ng kinita mo, binabayad mo. Pero 4th, 5th year, nawala na yung drive ko. Lahat ng kaibigan mo nakaangat na sa buhay. Tapos, naiwan ka na. At baon ka pa sa utang. No? So, you get depressed. You get discouraged. Yung parang sa, ito na ba yung buhay ko? Magbayad na ako. Ganyan. But,
This is the time for us to go deep with real conversations from real people, getting real ideas, and real lessons. Hi, I'm Ralph Lyko, and this is Bold Souls. Hi, Steve.
hi, Ralph.
I'm so excited that you're here because, alam mo, Steve, we've known each other for quite some time now. I think around 2019 when we were still getting in the e-commerce space. And I remember that very time I met you. I don't know if you still remember that, but that was with Nico in his event. And you were there and you were sharing the good news with all giddiness, no, na, hey, we're in the sunrise stage of the e-commerce industry. And for us, kasi parang that was the time na dami pumasok sa e-commerce industry.
I think I remember that.
You remember that?
That was in tapat ng Broadway Centro.
Yes. That
That's
was
where
2019.
That was the first time I met you there.
Yes. And then after that, parang we continued our relationship with the events that we're organizing. And it's been a blessing to know you because I feel that whenever I remember you, there's just a sense na parang this man has purpose, and it feels na, for me, I reflect na, how can I be more like Steve when it comes to the sessions? Steve, maybe my first question would be, a lot already has known you, you're going to place. I don't know how you make time,
I don't know also.
how you even made time to come here, because I know you're one busy man with many operations happening all at the same time.
Before this time, I had already 4 meetings.
There you go. And you still look fresh. You still like you're ready for this. Steve, before Steve 2023, that I know you now, what made Steve become this Steve that you are right now?
Well, I was, as in the first entrepreneurial journey that I did.
Yes.
I would say it would be when I was at grade 2, 8 years old.
Okay.
Yung I want to have additional allowance so that I will be able to order Wonder Boy. Hindi ko lang kung maalala ng iba. Saka Bazooka Joe. Those were the time. Yun yung mga chichirya dati. No? And what I did was, sa tapat ng school namin, I'm buying sticker pads worth 5 pesos.
Okay.
So the sticker pad, tapos maraming stickers yun. I'll cut it out and sell it 50 cents so that my classmates can afford it.
Okay.
So I'll earn around 2 to 3 pesos for every sticker pad na nako. Tapos kung meron akong di nabenta maliit, sige, dikit ko na lang sa notebook ko. But then, that's the extra income, the side hustle, if you will say, or the first entrepreneurial experience of way of earning that I did. And that was grade 2. No? So at least once a week I do that. So maganda, medyo naging malusog tayo. No? Because I keep on, I think that was my first entrepreneurial journey. No? And then also, lumaki akong Divisoria. So during summers, my parents would give me 1 peso for every day I go to the store and magbantay lang ng store.
Okay.
1 peso and plus 1 merienda. Importante yung merienda sa akin.
Right.
Yun ang hinahabol ko. So, basta may isang merienda, I'll go to the store.
Anong taon to? Itong piso na to?
Etong piso na to, that was around 9 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, ganyan.
Okay.
So, for context,
That was year 1999 lang.
Hindi. For context, ang jeepney fare noong time na yon was 65 cents.
Okay. So, long time ago na to.
Long time. Oh, syempre ba? Tayo na yan ngayon. Oh. But I think those were the informative years of doing business in Divisoria. No? And then when I went into high school, every summer, I'll do a summer... I become an agent of our company selling textile.
So your dad owns his own
A fabric store
in what place?
in Divisoria.
In Divisoria.
So
with your mom?
Yes. So
Okay.
I'll go around, and for every 1 yard that I sell, they'll give me 50 cents.
Okay.
So if I sold 200 yards, meron akong 100 pesos. So ganun yung setup, and every summer yun. I think that was the training that I got when I was at a very young age. But I've sold so many things in life. So selling is a skill for me.
Okay.
No? From water purifier, sweet chili sauce, lahat pinatulan ko yan. Sipa.
Ang dami.
So ano yan? Any opportunity that I could see, I'll try to sell it.
Okay. Also, you have your, as I know that you're also one of the many brothers that you have, right? Like you have...
so I'm the eldest of
you're the
six.
eldest.
We're six in the family.
Okay.
Siblings kami. Yeah.
Okay, and all of you go through this training by your dad?
I don't... The younger ones, sabi nga nila kami, parang kabayo. Sila naka-aeroplano na eh.
Okay.
So kami yung mas I would say, well-trained in the going to the details. Kasi, syempre, we were still living in Tondo during that time.
Right.
So, laking Tondo ko eh. So, pag gising ko na umaga, nakikita ko sa bintana, Tondo Church. So, halos tapat lang ng Tondo yung Tondo Church yung building namin.
Right.
So, talagang laking divisoria rin ako. No? So, learning how to do the trade, talking to suppliers, even at a young age. That's why mas makapal ang mukha ko. I'm able to talk to people, way above 20 years above me, and also able to talk to people that are 15 years below me. So I think it's a good skill to have. Kasi most of the time, most of us were trained to talk to people of the same age or same peers.
Correct.
Because it was trained in school. Na kung grade 1 ka, lahat ng kausap mo grade 1, grade 2.
Yes.
So, people are having a hard time to talk to even 5 years above their age or 5 years below their age. Yun yung isang skills that if you can develop at a young age to be able to learn how to communicate to people way older than you or way younger than you, it's a good skill to have.
It is actually a great way to parent a kid. If you want them to build their skills, na they should not go into the template na they should only be together with other kids. But if you can train them young, if you can push them and make them see the real world, they can actually grow even more and actually get real world skills. Is this something you also would like to share to your kids as well?
So, my kids are homeschooled.
Okay.
So, when they're homeschooled, they're more adept to doing a lot of things, a lot of extracurricular things. So, it's by choice that we homeschool them. So, kung punta tayong Hong Kong, punta tayong Vietnam, on the spot, pwede. After 3 days, nakano kami kasi they can bring their school
with
them.
Yes.
So, ako yung principal, Mrs. Con teacher. Okay na yan.
Pwede na yun.
No, and think, all of my daughters, I have 4 daughters, so all of them were homeschooled, learned how to read and write by my wife, no? So, right now, 2 of them are already in LaSalle. So, talagang at least marunong man sila sa buhay. And they know also how to talk to people that are way of different age.
Right. If there's one skill, no, or one thing that you've learned during your most transformative years, because you said this really contributed to the person that you are today, that you're also wanted to bring to your kids, Kasi especially they're also in their own transformative years and you also wish the same successes or more. What is that?
Having to overcome fear of rejections, I think would be a very good skill to any person. So that's why selling is a good skill, because the truth is you're developing overcoming fear of rejection because you're gonna get rejected when you sell. So at a very young age, pinagbenta ko na yung mga anak ko, tsokolate, ganyan. So kung may bazaar kami before, so I was doing bazaar, my daughters will bake chocolates and then sell them sa bazaar. So sabi ko, pakit-kit ka lang dyan, kikita ka na, di ba?
Totoo. Steve, itong skill ng rejection and being able to accept rejections, how many times were you rejected all your life?
I think hindi lang ako na-reject sa girlfriend ko.
Oo. Iba pa yung story na yun.
Iba yun, ha?
Oo. Maybe konti lang naman siguro when it comes to girlfriends.
No. So, kidding aside, I think, of course, you develop the skill of, sabihin natin, mas makapal ang mukha mo. Because typically, you learn to accept failures, you learn how to accept rejections, then you become a stronger person.
Yeah.
Kasi there's more adversity. So you have to overcome a lot of things. And I think yun yung importante sa atin, nag-uumpisa sa mga viewers natin. Okay lang ma-reject, okay lang mag-fail. Basta importante, we always get up. No? And if you, too many times, up to now, I still get rejected sa mga
even
business
now
deals.
with...
Yeah, it's part of life eh. You know, for example, for us to close a sale, ilang people have to talk to before you'll be able to close a sale. Diba? It's a funnel. So, knowing those things, it's okay. Hindi lahat ng tao bibili ng produkto mo when you offer it. Diba? May mga timing issues, may mga hindi na type. So, importante, you keep on moving.
True. I think that's a very powerful, profound idea there. An advice that can be applied to many. Kasi people, they say, okay, I want to give a chance to myself, magnenegosyo ako. But when they're rejected too many times, kasi sometimes hindi pa market fit eh. Meron silang idea, hindi pa nag-work sa market. They give up and they attribute it to themselves. Failure ako. Are people failures when they get rejected?
No, it's part of life. You know, everybody gets rejected. I get rejected. Even before I raise my first financial institution, I have to talk to so many VCs and PEs. VCs are venture capital and private equity firms. All of them technically rejected me. So, maswerte yung pumili sa akin.
Yes.
Parang ganyan, di ba?
Sana kung nakilala ka
ganun talaga ang buhay, no? So, hindi rin lahat ng tao nililigawan at hindi rin lahat ng tao ligawin. Tama? So, because those are rejections. But the important thing is you find the right partner, the right fit. But if you don't go out, wala talagang lalapit. If you don't knock, doors will not be open. So the important thing is, follow this principle. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened unto you.
How many doors shall we knock and when do we need to stop knocking doors?
Now, it depends on, I always look at life as, where does God wants me? Or where does God leads me? Diba? Doon ako when I'm at peace, kahit anong rejection yan, okay lang sa akin. Tanggap ko yan. Kasi I know God has God's gonna bless me in a way na, okay, it's a way for Him to tell me na this is the right path, this is not the right path.
Right.
So I'm always, important sa akin is if I'm at peace.
Yeah.
No? Yun yung mas importante sa akin. And I'll share to you a story.
Yeah.
This is a story that happened to me year 2017. No? So I was already doing great deals during that time. And I had my crossroad moment. No? So client ko si L'Oreal noong time yun, Reckitt, CLN, Jag Group. So I have a good number of brands that I'm handling. Sales during that time were growing already. And then that after December 12, when L'Oreal became the number 1 health and beauty brand, the former number 1, after 2 days, came knocking to our door, set us an appointment, which was Procter & Gamble.
Wow.
So sabi niya, Steve, I want to, take off your service kasi technically tinalo namin sila eh.
Yes.
So they want
in the e-commerce space.
In the e-commerce space. So they were curious on what do we do, what's our service, and they told me na, Steve, for you to be able to, onboard us, binilang ko, I need around 40 million pesos.
Wow.
And I don't have 40 million pesos kasi I already have L'Oreal, I have already Reckitt, so yung cash flow ko talagang tight na. No. So, two things I have. So, I was praying, Lord, happy na ba ako sa negosyo ko? Contented na ba ako? No? And then, one of the person that was close to me, sabi ko, ay, huwag ka masyadong swapang. Sabi niya, kung anong bigyan niyo na yun na yun, pwede na. Dapat marunong ka maging contented. May point?
Right.
May point, Ralph,
Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
But I was praying. But I didn't have that peace. Ang sabi, ang pumasok sa akin, if I give you 5 gold coins, what will you do with your talent? Kung kaya mong ibibigay ko sa iyo 10, gagawin mo bang 20? Diba? So sa akin, no. I'm contented. I'm not greedy. But this is something na, Lord, you want me to do. And I was at peace. And then, sabi ko, sige, I'm gonna pursue the Procter & Gamble business.
Okay.
So, sa akin, it's more of using the talent that was given to me for me to be able to make that decision. Kung nakinig ako doon sa advice na huwag kang swapang, hindi ko na tinik yung PNG kasi wala naman talaga ako. Wala. So, ang problema ko next is, anong gagawin ko? Kailangan kong kumuha ng pondo. Diba? So, ibang usapan na yun.
Right.
But during that time, yun yung crossroad moments ko. Kukunin ko ba yung PNG business?
Right.
Or, technically, wala pa namang kontrata, ha?
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, ipapursue ko ba? Pero syempre, I have to build my
Capacities.
capabilities for me to have that. So, I think, yun yung, so sabi ko, sige, I'll open it up. Lord, kung anong gusto mong gawin ko, give me the resources, give me the strength, because I think I'm able to do more than just this one.
You know what?
Yun yung naging prayer ko, and I was at peace. So sabi ko, game tayo dyan, laban tayo.
It's interesting kapag sinabi mong, I'm at peace of making a big decision. Kasi making peace is mostly being contented. Okay na to. That's peace. Pero when you said, I'm having peace by making a big decision that I might not have even, as you said already, might not have skills, capacities yet.
Wala talaga.
Diba?
Yun, yeah.
So, kasi currently, when it comes to especially my generation, there's this parang ongoing debate or discussions about contentment and also being ambitious. And both have great arguments. I also ponder a lot on that kasi I do want to have a life with good mental state. Alam mo na may mental health na When is it yung nagkakaroon ka ng peace in making a big decision, and what is the differentiation with peace with being okay with what you have? What is that differentiation for you, Steve?
Okay. So when I say, of course, we're always thankful for what we have.
Right.
I think gratefulness, appreciation is different from being at peace. Being at peace, kasi whether in need or in want, marami tayo, may 1 million tayo o baon tayo sa utang, we can always be grateful. We can always be appreciative of life.
Right.
We can always be contented. Tama. So it's not a state of what we have or what we don't have. Being at peace is, where does God wants me to go? That's where I'm at peace. Kahit, sige,
Wow.
bibigyan kita ng 5 million, makaka-save ka, pero wala ka namang peace na makipag-negosyo dito sa partner nito kasi baka mamaya magkaroon problema. I won't do that.
I like that. How
So
do you develop that sense or understanding of peace? Kasi, gets ko yan yung, for example, you make a decision. However, may gut feel ka na this might not be it. And that's why you have to reflect and maybe reevaluate your decision. How do you develop that muscle of, this feels right for me?
So, I remember this painting. No?
Okay.
I think this is a very good aspect of what peace is really all about. When people talk about peace, diba, what you will always imagine is waterfalls,
Yes.
sea, na tahimik, diba? Ganyan yung mga peace, diba? this painting there was a bird na sa nest na nag-chirp, pero yung surrounding niya, the forest was on fire. No? But he has peace in his heart. So it doesn't mean peace is whatever in your circumstances. Peace can be in our hearts. Kahit umaapoy yan sa tabi mo,
Wow.
yun yung peace. So that painting was so powerful to me.
Most people will rattle. Na okay, sinabi mo with that painting, no, there's fire, but you're at peace. Most reflexes ng mga tao is it's on fire, I have to do something about it. And then flight and fight responses na katawan natin. And that is our first reflexes. The second is the higher self, no, na where you are more at peace with knowing what you can and cannot control. And doing more of what you can control. So, Steve, kapag may nangyayari bang outside, na for example, let's say tragedy or let's say failure, how do you get that peace that you're trying to say?
So, I'll just share to you a story. 2 days ago.
Gusto ko itong mga stories na to. Talagang tito mode na tayo ngayon, Steve.
Hindi, 2 days ago lang. 2 days ago.
Okay.
So, we got a call from one of our client and sabi niya, Steve, we're disengaging. So,
It's a big client.
It's a big client, no? So, sabi ko, let's have lunch. Di ba? Siyempre, big decision yan eh. Wag naman tayo over the phone. So, pinag-usapan namin the reason why he's disengaging is doing it in-house compared to getting our service. He was very happy with our service. Grew 200%. Hindi naman siya nagre-reklamo niya. Sobrang laki na. It becomes a vital part sa operations niya kasi in-house niya, mas malaking savings.
Right.
Dati kasi, maliit pa, pwede niyang ipasa, hindi masyadong malaki impact. No? So, I was looking at it, I can always look at it 2 ways. Ay, grabe naman to, pinalaki mo na yung negosyo mo, pinalaki mo na yung negosyo, tapos umalis pa sa akin, di ba? Or, be thankful. Okay lang yan, the Lord will provide naman. Number 2, we're good friends, we can do other businesses, this is not the end, this is just maybe, setting things aside. That's how I view it. And I was at peace. Sabi ko sa manager ko, okay lang yan. Don't worry. Kasi syempre, inabal rin niya yung sales niya, di ba? So don't worry. Sa akin, I'm not worried about, people leaving for good reasons. No? Ayoko lang sabihin pa kasi hindi pa kontra, but today we had a good discussion with another client which is way bigger.
Wow.
So, talagang sabi ko nga, Lord, tignan mo, ang bilis ng balik. Di ba? Kasi ang ganda, wala naman silang masamang masabi sa amin, masaya nga siya. And definitely, if ever, so that's how we, take care of our customers. Diba? But also, hindi rin ako iiwan ng grudge because everything has a purpose. No. Now, we work what we need to work on. It doesn't mean na I'm just waiting kung what will ever happens, tama. We work on so that yung work natin has the result that we want. Or the consequence that we want, diba? Our action speaks of the consequences. Our actions are the consequence. Yun yung consequence ng mga actions natin. So, yun yung it's realities ng negosyo. Na you win some, you lose some.
And that is, I think, a skill that most entrepreneurs should hone.
I think adversity quotient is a very important skill to develop. No?
What is adversity quotient?
Adversity is learning to cope against challenges. No,
because
life.
it is inevitable. It will always happen.
Every day may challenges. Diba? Every day yan. People, handling people, market conditions, competitors, all of these things you will face. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, I don't know if your viewers are all entrepreneurs or not, no? But ako personally, dati, when I was younger, parang, dapat lahat maging entrepreneur. Ganyan ang pananaw ko, mindset ko. But I think now, the more important thing is, where does God really wants you to be?
Amen.
There are people in corporate that are doing very good in corporate life. They're not secondary people. If you're an entrepreneur, it's okay to be entrepreneur. If you're a startup founder, okay. Kung hindi ka startup, okay lang. Businessman ka, pwede. Doon ka din na ng Panginoon eh.
Yes.
So sabi ko nga, guys, sa akin, the Lord has brought me in the startup ecosystem for a main purpose. And so yun talaga yung, that's why I do interview podcast kahit busy. Kasi sabi ko, I like to share the journey of what God has, in store for me, and how hopefully able to inspire people. Not only entrepreneurs, not only startup founders, but also people that are, in everyday life that we work with. Diba? Kaya nga sabi ko, okay lang. Some people, let's just partner, you become the CEO of the company. No, come join me. Let's build great deals together. Kasi nga, each and everyone has its path to take.
Right.
And there are lessons for each person. So, people come and go, but because I think, dinadala to Lord na kailangan niya masubukan niya, kaya kailangan dyan siya muna. Kasi, life is never a straight line.
Yeah.
Never. Talagang pag ganyan-ganyan ang buhay natin.
It seems that you approach your life in a macro way, Steve, no? Napapansin ko, when you're sharing all of these realizations, you sit back and think, what is God planning to do here? Because rather than responding directly and reacting right away, what I'm seeing here is that ano yung lesson na makukuha ko? Ano yung plan ni God? And parang that is actually a beautiful perspective. I hope a lot of people can have, no? Kasi it gives us, it's providing space of the higher being of our Creator in how we respond to the very, somehow, mahirap siya na i-discern what is the direction of our lives, ano nangyari sa buhay natin. But with how you do it, when you put a seat beside you where God is to help you understand what's the plan, it gives you peace, as you said earlier, and it gives you wisdom. Am I correct? That's how you look at it all the time.
I think very important for us, we need to know what's our purpose in life talaga.
Love it.
So that, we will be driven by our purpose.
Is having a purpose, Steve, the secret to becoming a billionaire or a millionaire? Because currently, okay, let me put some blitz on you, no. So Steve is you've reached so much. Most can just dream of, You have a great story. Let's share your story later about where you started, how you grew this company, and in just a short amount of time, in just a few years, great deals. So the company or the startup that you built a few years back is now one of the fastest growing in Asia Pacific. That is such a feat. That's an amazing feat. Congrats, kudos. You are actually you're the big, hot shot or parang the star of the e-commerce industry ng Pilipinas, no? Steve, I want to know, is purpose, kasi that seems to be the resonating thing I hear from you. And you're actually starting to realize, I've realized it a long time ago, you're a deep person. Is purpose
Mukha ba akong deep person talaga?
Dito. Mamaya na-joke na tayo. Pero when it comes to, napapansin ko, purpose is always resonating and always a byword that you say. Is purpose the reason or the secret to $1 million business or $1 billion valuation company?
If, for example, like I have a purpose. My purpose is not to be a billionaire, not to be a millionaire. But there was a point in time sa buhay ko, sabi ko, I want to be a millionaire at age 20. So, 19 ako noon, di ba? Parang ganyan. Noong time na yon. That was my purpose. There was a time in my life that my purpose was money. I want to see $1 million in my bank account. And it did happen. Nangyari yun, no? I don't know if I will share that story, but it did happen. Pero may realization ako doon. Na, explain ko muna paano nangyari yung
okay, go.
Para maganda naman, exciting.
Ano yun? Paano ba? May mga tikitin niya.
Nasalasal ako noon.
Okay.
No? Alam mo nung binibenta ko? Knock-offs ng Benetton tsaka Swatch. Totoo yung fake yun. Sinasabi ko na.
Marami makakarelate niyan. Oo.
Knock-offs ng Benetton Swatch. Sabi ko, lasalista, baka di ba? Pero, nung time na yun, I was studying. So, sabi ko, ganda ng mga Benetton watches na to. I could sell it 200 pesos and earn a lot already. Diba? The seller in me, kumbaga. So I started buying some and then selling it. Then I was able to find resellers na mga taga-probinsya boom, naging wholesaler na ako. And dahil alam nila na si Divisoria ako, akala nila. So, una, as I was able to look for the right supplier. Kahit na si Divisoria ka, kasi marami pa rin nagbebenta. So, anong nangyari? Nakahanap ko ng tamang supplier na parang direct importer. So, yung presyo ko, parang presyong Divisoria rin. That's why, nagkaroon ako ng distribution channel sa probinsya. No?
What age ito?
College days.
College days. 19, no? Sabi mo kanina.
18, 19, sasabi ko, okay, I'll earn my first million. Pero matagal na talaga gusto ko kumita 1 million. Alam mo naman tayo, ganyan.
Especially kapag Filipino-Chinese ka.
Diba yun yung unang-unang...
Are you Filipino-Chinese, just for the record?
Yes. I am Filipino-Chinese, but talagang Pilipino pa tayo. No, sabi lang nila singkit ako.
Ano yan? Scampo lang yan.
So, ang ko nun was, after school, I'll go to Quiapo, nandun yung supplier ko, buy it, and then pag uwi ko, sell it. Ang unang-unang technically assistant ko or employee ko was a typist sa Estrella Street. Estrella Street yung papuntang Lasal. Doon talaga. Sabi ko, 4 pesos per page. Lahat ng assignment ko, ikaw magta-type. Pero ako gumagawa ng assignment ko, pero pinapatype ko lang. No? Para magkaroon ako ng oras para magnegosyo. No? And that was the time that, I earned my first million. But when I earned my first million, nagkaroon ng realization. Sabi ko, ito na 1 million eh. Siyempre, ngiting tagumpay pa rin yan.
Yes.
Nakangiti ka, masaya. Pero, is this it? Is this money all about? Then ano susunod? 5, 10, 100M? Parang so empty. So at a very young age, nagkaroon na ako ng parang, a light bulb na this is not about God
money.
will not ask me how much money is in your passbook.
Pero you were at your age na parang you can make use of that money for your own pleasure. Like you can travel, you can buy siguro your first car.
Yeah.
No, I don't know ano ba yung value nung time na yon ng 1 million. I don't know yet, pero you can buy, but that doesn't make it.
And 50 cents ang diesel.
Diesel nung time na yon. Okay, so times how much yun, yung inflation equation, no? Pero
I remember that because I bought my first car was an Isuzu Highlander. And
tas may girlfriend ko ng time na yun na sinundo, di ba?
Pero yung Highlander kinuha ko kasi dual purpose. Pwede pangkuha ng stocks. Pang date.
Yes. Pinasok ko talaga yung date eh. Okay.
No, so because if you can earn money, that's really made an impact on, But I still have goals, but the purpose changed.
At a very young age.
So sabi ko, I want to get married when I have 5 million in my bank account.
Okay.
So that's a secondary. Pero of course, it's not because I want to earn 5 million so that I can get married.
That was just the goal.
It was more of okay, if I hit my 5 million, ibig sabihin I'm ready for marriage. Parang ganun na yung dating ng anak ko. So iba na yung purpose ko. Parang this should not be the purpose of life, just making money. No. So yun yung I think that was my early realization in life.
Right.
That's why iba na yung purpose ko. We look at it eternal. Kasi nga na-realize ko at a very young age, not about being a billionaire or something. Pag syempre natanggap ko yung investment namin noong 2021, billion yun, mahigit 1 billion yun. Of course, nakangiti rin ako.
Oo.
Pero it doesn't, the happiness or the fulfillment that you have is to be able to see your people grow.
Yeah.
To make an impact on your generation. Yun yung mas nagsasatisfy sa akin.
Before I proceed to my next question though, gusto ko lang muna matanong kasi it's very rare for someone to achieve that amount of investment or infusion of money or investment. How did it feel ba to get that amount of money? Maybe you can invite people also in the upcoming NVU and what you're going to speak in the event as well.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, I'll be sharing principles, trends on this coming March 1 to 4
Yes.
sa UP Diliman, New Bold U with Ralph Laiko.
Yeah.
Yeah, no? And I think, I've always been, that's why I really enjoy the atmosphere, the culture, the people in New Bold U. No? I think that's one of the few organizations that I really enjoy talking to and sharing my life also, no? So hope to see you there, and definitely it's a life-changing experience.
We are still starting in this journey, so if you do like this episode, we'd like to suggest you to hit like, subscribe, and share this to your family, to your friends, or to people who you think should hear this.